The diplomatic chamber aboard the Valkyra station hummed with the peculiar frequency that made Adam's teeth ache. He'd been standing in this crystalline room for 3 hours now, watching various alien delegations present their offerings to the Gentari matriarch. Each gift had been more elaborate than the last. Quantum processors that bent spacetime, biotechnological wonders that could reshape entire ecosystems, weapons that could crack moons. Adam clutched his small wooden box tighter. Cora, the Gentari translator assigned to him, noticed his nervous gesture. Her scales shimmered from deep purple to a worried blue. "Human Adam," she whispered in her melodic voice, "perhaps you should reconsider. The matriarch has rejected 17 delegations today. Their gifts were worth more than your entire planet's annual production." Adam managed a weak smile. "Yeah, I'm starting to think Earth really dropped the ball sending me." Cora's 4 eyes blinked in sequence. Something Adam had learned meant she was anxious. In the 6 days since his arrival, she had been unfailingly kind, teaching him the subtle protocols that governed Gentari society. She had also, much to the dismay of her superiors, grown fond of this strange human who asked too many questions and laughed at inappropriate moments. "You will be called soon," Cora said softly. I hope the matriarch sees what I see." "What's that?" "Someone genuine." Before Adam could respond, a harmonic chime resonated through the chamber. The matriarch's voice, translated through neural implants, filled the space. "The human delegation may approach." Adam's legs felt like liquid hydrogen as he walked across the chamber floor. The matriarch sat upon a throne of living crystal, her immense form radiating an authority that came from ruling 17 star systems. Her scales were ancient silver, marked with the scars of 1,000 battles. Behind her stood the Gentari High Council, their expressions unreadable. Cora followed protocol, staying 3 paces behind Adam, but he could feel her tension. "Matriarch," Adam began, his voice steadier than he felt. "On behalf of Earth and humanity, I bring greetings and a humble gift." The matriarch's eyes, all 6 of them, fixed upon the wooden box in his hands. Several council members hissed, a sound of derision in Gentari culture. "A container," the matriarch observed, her voice like thunder wrapped in silk. "What technological marvel does it contain? What weapon? What bribe?" "None of those things, matriarch," Adam replied. He opened the box carefully. Inside, nestled in soft cloth, was a small plant. Its leaves were green and delicate, with tiny white flowers beginning to bloom. The scent of jasmine drifted through the recycled air of the station. The chamber fell absolutely silent. Adam lifted the plant, roots and all, still packed in earth soil. "This is jasmine," he explained. "It's just a flower. It doesn't do anything except grow and smell nice on Earth. My grandmother gave me a cutting from her garden before I left. She said that no matter how far we travel into space, we should remember that life itself is the greatest technology we'll ever possess." One of the council members laughed, a harsh barking sound. "The human mocks us with a weed." But the matriarch had gone completely still. Her scales rippled through a color Adam had never seen before, a pale luminescent silver that seemed to glow from within. Cora gasped behind him. "Matriarch," Adam asked uncertainly. With movement surprisingly gentle for a being so large, the matriarch descended from her throne. She approached Adam slowly, and he realized with shock that she was trembling. Her massive clawed hands reached out, stopping just short of the plant. "May I?" she whispered. Adam had never heard such vulnerability in a voice before. "Of course." The matriarch took the jasmine with infinite care. She brought it close to her face, her scales shifting through dozens of colors. A single tear, viscous and silver, rolled down her cheek. "Matriarch, what's wrong?" Cora asked, breaking protocol in her concern. The matriarch's voice, when she spoke, was barely audible. 300 years ago, when the Gentari Empire was young, we had gardens. We had flowers. We had beauty for beauty's sake. She looked at Adam with eyes that suddenly seemed ancient and tired. Then came the wars, the expansion, the arms race. We won every battle, conquered every enemy, built an empire that spans the stars, and somewhere along the way, we forgot what flowers smelled like. She held the jasmine like it was made of neutron star material. We have not grown a single plant for aesthetic purposes in 3 centuries. Our world is metal and crystal and power. We have everything except this. She looked at the flower. This simple reminder of what we were. Adam felt his throat tighten. Then it's yours, matriarch. Plant it wherever you'd like. It grows easily. It just needs water, sunlight, and time. The matriarch looked at him for a long moment. Then she turned to her council. I accept Earth into the Galactic Coalition, not as subordinates, but as equals. She paused. Not for their weapons or their resources, but for what they just reminded me we had lost. She turned back to Adam, her scales now a warm gold. Your species is young, human Adam. You have barely left your cradle world. But you bring with you something we desperately need. The memory of why civilizations are worth building in the first place. Not for power, not for territory, but for moments of beauty that serve no purpose except to remind us that being alive is itself purposeful. Cora stepped forward, tears streaming down her own face. She looked at Adam with an expression of wonder. You did it, she whispered. You gave her something no one else thought to give. A reason to remember who we used to be. The matriarch overheard. She smiled, a fearsome expression on a Gentari face, but genuine. Translator Cora, you will accompany the human back to Earth. Learn from them. Bring back seeds. Bring back saplings. Bring back the knowledge of how to grow things that serve no purpose but joy. She looked once more at the jasmine in her hands. And human, tell your grandmother that her gift has changed the fate of 17 star systems. Tell her that a simple flower reminded an old warrior that she had once been a child who loved gardens. As Adam and Cora left the chamber together, he could hear the matriarch behind them speaking softly to the jasmine plant. Her voice carried words in an ancient Gentari dialect that Cora later translated. Welcome home, little one. We will build you a garden worthy of what you represent. The hope that we might become gentle again.